So, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another vlog from the Vlog Corner here. I'm your humble host, Mike Camo, here on a Sunday night at about 6 o'clock ish. I think it's 6:30. No, it's not 6. Yeah, it's about 6 o'clock. It's about 5:53. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another vlog from the Vlog Corner here. Um, I'm here for day 897, and I've got plenty to tell here on a action-packed Sunday. Um, there's a couple of things I want to get to. Um, I want to get to the um, I want to get to the Titanic thing in my line in mind. I have work. I have work stuff to talk about. I have gameplay stuff to talk about, and I also have Titanic to talk about because I said I would cover the Titanic's anniversary today. For those of you who do not know, today is the 107th anniversary of the Titanic actually striking the iceberg in in the Mid Atlantic back on this day back in 1912. Um, for those of you who don't know, I'm a big history buff, and I've watched Titanic documentaries, movies. I used to have a couple of Titanic models when I was a kid. No longer because I had to sell them off. Um, I actually had a small little. I actually had I almost got a metal one for my birthday, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. I got a couple of plastic ones that I had, but I have to regain that. But anyway, I'll go to that last, and I'll tell you my history of the Titanic and how infatuated I used to be with it. I still am, technically, because it's probably one of my favorite ships of all time. Um, and I like going on the ocean because I'm an ocean-based guy. Well, not an ocean-based guy, but I live near the ocean. I'm gonna Tarantino it. I'm gonna start from the end, and then I'm gonna get to the front. So and I'm well semi Tarantino, and I'm just going to start front. So, you guys are probably wondering how did work go today. Work was actually very productive. It was actually very, very, very informative too. Um, so today, I actually started at 8 o'clock. That is early for me. I know. I was out here, but I was out of this house before most of my relatives were. I worked from 8 to 4:30. Um, did very well today. We did some frozen push. Did mostly frozen push. Then I did some cardboard. I did like 3 pallets, and we got a lot of frozen out of the way. And I helped one of our general merchandise leaders actually do some clear out for some auto pulls. That was very good. Some audits. For those of you guys who don't know, audits are when we need to find something and we need to see if we need something else, and we fill it all up, and then we backstock it and all that other stuff. The other thing is, things are finally, April and I are finally are finally figuring out where each other's running limits are, figuring out, how much can we both take before something happens, and we're starting to get a clearer picture and have things set a little bit. Yeah, we're going all out, but when you go all out, you're gonna find little teething issues, and you're gonna find little things that are gonna break. And I'm happy to report that everything's all hunky dory. Everything's good. We're not. Everything's all good and everything. I got a lot done today. She got a lot done today, and it was pretty productive day. I think setup wise, I think it's going to be good. I think, um, we probably found where our limits are and where we have to improve and everything. So it's a two-way street. It's going to be an interesting thing. Um, you kind of have to do this professionally in order to evolve and everything. So obviously our bosses are keeping a close eye on this, so we develop the right way. So she and I develop the right way, and we go fast because um, go fast, and hopefully she's doing very well. I'm proud of her. I think going forward, it's going to be an interesting day. Tomorrow, she's in from 12:30 to no, she's in from 12 to 6:30. Tomorrow, it's going to be a little different. There's going to be some adjustments being made between the two of us, so I think that will be helpful in the long run and everything. So we have that to look forward to. For those of you who are looking for gameplay, I do not know what happened. I was trying to upload it and it never happened. Um, I'm going to try to. It's going to be tough for me to upload gameplay this week. Um, I might upload the gameplay that I didn't upload yesterday today, and White will probably be pushed back another week when I get back from New York, because I'm going to be gone this whole weekend. Both days I'm uploaded. Both days that I can upload, I'm going to be out. Um, but yeah, and but yeah, I will try to upload. I'm going to try to upload that other gameplay either today or Tuesday. We'll see how that plays out because I do not have work until 2:30 on Tuesday and Wednesday, so I'll be able to do that. But for the main event and everything else, so work, gameplay, and everything. So for those of you who are history buffs and for those of you who like history and everything, you guys will know today is April 14th, 2019. What's significant about that? April 14th, 1912, 107 years ago, if I'm doing the arithmetic right. The Titanic set on its voyage on the April the 10th. So, and Titanic Honor and Glory, it's a game that's going to be coming out, um, has been chronicling the journey and everything, and has been chronicling the voyage. They're doing a very good job. The guy who does it, forget his name. I believe it's Lensky or something. Um, I have to give their hats to them for trying to crowdfund and try to make a game through crowdfunding, and actually try to make a game that's worthwhile. It has no set release date yet, but I do actually tell you guys. But I will tell you guys, do check out their page if you guys are Titanic fans and you guys do like the Titanic history and lore. Check out Titanic Honor and Glory, the channel. Um, there's tours of the ship, and it's a work in progress. They're doing a fine job. I have not been able to do any of the demo tours because I don't have a powerful enough computer yet to do so. But I will be working on that soon. It's also going to be coming on PS4. I wish they would do a demo on PS4 so I could actually do that, but anyway. So for those of you who do not know, on this day back in 1912 at about 11 p.m. plus, Titanic had struck an iceberg and began to sink, and the horrific tale of a probably one of the greatest built ocean liners, taking 2,200 plus on board with her crew members and passengers down with her to the bottom of the icy Atlantic. For those of you who want to know, when I was a kid, Titanic used to be a huge thing. I had every book known to man. I had every fact book. I still actually have one of the books. I don't know if I have it still in my arsenal, but I'm not going to bring it out. But it was just the Titanic. It follows the story of Jack Thayer. Jack Thayer was one of the passengers that the book followed, and it followed him from the sinking, from him boarding at Southampton all the way to the sinking, and it actually gives a pretty detailed, what the levels of the ship, the decks look like, the state rooms, and all this other stuff, and they talk about the wireless, the the SOS CQD and everything. They talk about Harold Bride and Harold Phillips, two heroes who should be considered two heroes who actually made the calls that actually told everybody, well, Titanic sunk, and it was just ill-fated, you know. Um, and then I had Titanic Adventure Out of Time, which is my favorite game of all time. A lot of people, one of my favorite role playing games of all time. Actually, it's one of the originals. It's the reason why I like RPGs today, and it predates Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and all those other type of games. It was kind of the prototype, and it was kind of a really good one. Basically, what you do on Titanic Adventure Out of Time is you are a Secret Service agent from Britain. Your name is Frank Carlson, and you have to go around the whole ship trying to find four items that avert both world wars, the Communist Revolution, and fascism across Europe. It is actually quite the game changer, actually. And back in 1996, 97 ish, it had pretty good graphics for its time, and I actually liked it. But yeah, it was considered one of the greatest maritime tragedies of all time. Only the sinking of the Lusitania in the Lusitania was more tragic, because the Lusitania obviously was one of one of the Titanic's sister ships. Those of you who don't know, that survived into World War II, and it was actually torpedoed by a German U-boat. Actually, I believe in the First World. I believe it was in the First World War, not long after the Titanic sank. And White Star Line actually lost two of their greatest ships. But yeah, it was always a gripping thing for me. I did actually watch the movie with Leo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet and Kathy Bates. I remember watching that movie from stem to stern. And yeah, some of the scenes were a little bit much for some of the scenes were a little bit much for an 8-9-year-old at the time, but I was fascinated because I just glued over I just polished over some of the really really interesting parts, a lot of the dark parts, because I didn't understand it at the time. So, but it was an interesting film nonetheless, and I thought it was great. It definitely caught uh, the the feeling of the tragedy, but unfortunately, Hollywood can't replicate the whole thing. That's the only trouble. But they wanted to give you a feel of what happened, and they threw a love story into it. Um, I've seen a lot of the old Titanic films, and um, and I believe it was the center of some Nazi propaganda later in the war and everything. So yeah. So yeah, for the 2,200 people that lost their lives, I'm gonna give them a moment of silence, even though it's been 170 years since my thoughts and prayers go out to the souls that were lost out at sea 107 years ago. So starting now, a full minute. And that's been a problem. All right, the moment of silence is over. But yeah, it's just tragic that 2,200 people had to lose their lives. Um, well, no, of the 2,200, 1,500 lost their lives, but for the 1,500 souls, um, uh, it was really tragic that there was not enough lifeboats for those people and everything. So yeah, so my thoughts go to the survivors and the souls and everything, because that was not an easy night to endure. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in the book that I read, um, Jack Thayer and Mary Thayer actually did lose their husband John. And John Thayer was actually a Pennsylvania Railroad executive, very, very, very wealthy man, vacationing in Europe. So, there was a lot of people. There was the Strausses. For those of you who don't know, starred Macy's. A lot of influential people were on that ship, and a lot of them lost their lives. But and it was tragic because you don't want to see anybody lose their lives. And my thoughts and prayers go out to those people, and for the families that lost a lot of people at sea. Um, Thanks to the Carpathia, a lot of those people that survived um, were able to tell the story, although a tragic story. Um, it's just one of those things. So yeah, guys. All right, guys. I've already talked enough. I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Um, as usual, everybody, long live America, good bless America, long live democracy, long live the Second Amendment. Amen to my grandparents' spirits. Amen to both of them. Thank you very much, and have a good day. And Bristol, and amen, and praise that the First Amendment stay strong. Also pray deeply that my business venture at work goes well. It continues to grow, and everything goes as good because I feel it's on track. So yeah. All right, guys. Peace out. Mike Mo here for another vlog here on, a very faithful day here on April 14th, 2019. Here for day entry 897. I will see you guys in the next vlog. I'm going to be off at 4 o'clock tomorrow. I will probably be vlogging at 5. And then I will try to shoot early on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday, I do not know what my vlog pattern is going to be like. We'll see. But peace out, folks, and I'll see you guys later.